Today was a very important day in the evolution of the Leadership and Talent Institute. It was our first conference where we brought together a panel of excellent speakers to talk on the theme of leadership for a sustainable world.
The panel I'm chairing today is about women in leadership, so we're looking at it in academia and SMEs, in large corporates. All the research is that the more diverse a board is, the more women there are in leadership, the more people from different perspectives, different minorities, then the better a company or an organisation will do. So in order for modern organisations to thrive, they need to facilitate more women in leadership roles.
Today I described a learning journey that I took to Africa as part of a leadership development sabbatical where I was learning about how to develop global leaders. I myself went to Ethiopia, working with NGO managers on helping them think about leadership development as a way to empower and enable people for the future of Ethiopia. And this, I think, was a creative example of how anyone can really engage in global leadership development, and I felt that the audience was very appreciative of that.
I think the theme of the conference in relation to gender and gender balance and making our unconscious conscious is really, really important. Gender-proofing the language that we use, Janine brought that up this afternoon, is absolutely core. She was saying women won't apply unless they meet 90% of the criteria, whereas men are much more likely to throw in an application if they feel they might get some way and learn from it. Women have to learn about taking rejection, not personally, and I think that's what stops women from going forward.
For me, the key takeaways are linking sustainable leadership to our values, our sense of higher purpose as an organisation, and ethical behaviours are really, really important. I thought Stuart from the Maturity Institute really drew that out. That's the first time I've really sat back and thought about that.
In my presentation, I talked about human governance and the importance of how organisations need to embrace that if they want to survive and thrive in the 21st century and create the kind of sustainable value which they essentially need and are looking for.
Schmidt talked about the need for mix. Not everybody will be the leader of the pack, but everybody can be a leader within themselves.
It's not just the learning that comes from the stage, it's also the peer learning that comes from the people in the room. So through our networking breaks, and we consciously have longer coffee breaks and a longer lunch break because that's a very important part of the day. So people network and build relationships, but equally the feedback from the floor to some of our panellists and discussions gives some excellent insights to the challenges organisations face. For us, it was about creating a dialogue with the practitioner community around some of the challenges that organisations are facing in terms of thinking about leadership and talent in a sustainable way.
Too often people are siloed and they stay in their own domain, and so consortia and meetings and conferences like this are the one place where people can have that dialogue. And then in a conference like this you have a name and a face, and that can lead to future conversations.